Hi everyone, I'm Taylor, and so the CDC defines public health as the science of improving the health of people and the communities that they live in. And for my own personal definition, I would like to expand that to be a little bit more like the definition of One Health, and include the environment and animals in it as well. I feel like there's too much interconnectedness with human health and the interactions with the environment and animals to fully separate those, especially when you look at like COVID being a zoonosis, or how climate change is impacting the health of people through heat or increased fires or air pollution and things like that. So yeah, for my definition, I like to include all of those together because I think they all play a really important role in the health of people. And public health is important because, well, first of all, it saves millions of lives and millions of dollars every year. And ultimately, it seeks to improve the quality of life for everybody and increase equity between communities. And to just overall create a healthier world, which is super important. And then 3 examples of public health in action. I think the first one that comes to mind, obviously, is like the COVID vaccine and all of the work that's being done with that and all the different iterations of it, keeping up with the new strains of the virus and all of the different work that goes into distributing those vaccines to everybody and making sure that communities with limited access are still able to get their vaccines. And and then along with COVID, another public health action item is wastewater surveillance and surveilling for COVID in the wastewater. And now they are starting to do that with polio with the recent outbreaks in New York City. And I think that's really cool. I think surveillance is really awesome. And then an example from where I live in Colorado, it's called Acclimate Colorado, and they just started it this year. So they're doing the beginning studies on things, but its goal is to assess climate change and making sure that communities are prepared for what may come as climate change continues. Here in Colorado, we really feel it with like the wildfires and the air quality in Denver and those sorts of things. And so their goal is to prepare these communities and hopefully prevent some of the adverse health effects that may come from climate change continuing. And so they just released their initial report, which is basically just taking a census of the communities that are most at risk for these impacts, and then figuring out what the health risk is currently, and then sort of trying to anticipate what it may be in 5-10 years from now, which I think is really cool. And yeah, thank you.